Hey guys, thought I'd do you a video today on this 1962 Mercury Monterey. If y'all would, please go to my channel, subscribe, hit that like button, and ring that notification bell. But like I was saying, this is a 1962 Mercury Monterey. Ever since I was just a little young kid, I can remember this car sitting in the cow pasture, not too far from my house. And it just sat there the whole entire time I was growing up. I'm in my late 50s now, and I was just able to buy the car a few years ago. The guy that owned the property where the car was sitting passed away. His son got everything, so I was able to buy this car off his son. But now it had sat there so long, the car was sunk into the ground. Trees had grown up all around it. You couldn't even hardly see the car. We had to cut the trees out from around it. One of the trees actually grew up into this driver's side door here. And that's what caved this door in like that. It growed up through the middle of the door handle, broke the door handle, and was still growing. And just luckily, I was able to get the car. And like I said, we cut the trees, got the car out. If not, it would have probably caved the door completely in. This piece of trim that's missing off the quarter panel here, it goes all the way down this side of the car. I actually found it mashed in the ground beside the car. Got it dug up and out of there, but I'm assuming the cows had rubbed on it and rubbed it off and walked all over it because it was just bent up, pushed down in the ground. But I love these old cars. They have so much style and class. Take, for example, over the windows, this rain guard. I mean, where would you find a car today that has anything like that? Or just the chrome strips, the little emblems on the front fenders, little emblems on the fenders. Actually, it says custom. But I had no idea if the car would run and drive. It is a 390 big block car, but when I winched it up onto the rollback, all four tires was sliding, none of them would roll. So when I got it back to the shop and unloaded it, first thing I did was pop the hood and thought, I'm gonna see if the motor's stuck. Well, it wasn't. Look at those taillights. I mean, that's just style. Nothing today has anything like that. And this piece of chrome that goes across the trunk lid from here all the way over to the other side, I took it off because it held the trunk lock switch. So I took it off, took it to a locksmith, had him to make a key for it and make an ignition key. But I need to put that piece of trim back on now. But as I was saying about the motor, when I unloaded the car in the shop, I thought, I'm gonna see if the motor's stuck. Put me a 15/16 socket, I think it was, on the crank, ratchet and a little pipe, and that motor turned right over. Let me pop the hood on in here for you. So it was not stuck, but the mice, squirrels maybe, something that eat the plug wires in two on it, almost eat the plug wires up. There was not one single plug wire that was not chewed completely in two and part of it missing. So I just went out in the yard, another old parts car out there, got the plug wires off of it. So I didn't want to buy new ones. I didn't know if the thing was even going to run. But I put those plug wires on it, fill the bowl up with the carburetor with gas. You can pour gas right in here. It'll go down, fill this bowl up. Fill that up with gas. Run me a hot wire from the battery, the coil, across this solenoid with a screwdriver. And this thing started hitting right off the bat. Didn't take but just a minute, and it actually had started and was running. The gas tank on this has a drain, just like the bottom of your radiator does. So I drained the gas out of it, and I don't know why. Somebody told me because it was actually ethyl gas back in the day. The gas looked red, but it didn't even smell bad. Shined the light down in the tank itself. The tank was still shiny. I could not believe the fuel system was not all rusted up on it. I did go ahead and put me a clear fuel filter on it so I could see what the gas looked like coming through it. And it was pumping good gas. So then I started on the brake system. As you can see, I put a new master cylinder on it. Don't take long for that new stuff to rust anymore. But you can tell it's got a plastic cap. Originally, it would have had a metal cap. Power steering, manual brake. Anyway, I got the tires and wheels off of it. Finally got the brake drums beat off of it. Put new wheel cylinders, brake shoes, cleaned the crap out of the brake drums, put it back together, bled the whole system out. That has excellent brakes on it. I drove the car around the block, parked it back here. I'm going to do a whole lot more stuff to it, but I actually did have to put tires on it as well. Tires were just rotted off of it. I just had this old set of tires laying around, so I just popped them on there in white letter tires. But without very much work at all, it's actually a running, riding, driving car now. I'll come back to you guys a video on starting it, letting it run, maybe driving around the block, and actually giving it a good cleanup. It needs to be cleaned bad. It's not been cleaned in probably, like I said, I'm in my late 50s, and I remember it sitting there when I was a kid, so it's been that long since it's had a bath. But I'll come back, do another video for you guys real soon on it. Y'all have a great day, and I'll be back soon.